Be shocking to anybody, but I guess you will be now. Boosie's facing a $5 million lawsuit along with the
Mm,
club that he allegedly assaulted a bodyguard in. Let's listen. Yeah, so let's
mm.
see this. Edward Eaglehart II is suing Boosie and the damn club. So there's that part. We're gonna get into how much he's suing for. You can see right here, pursuant to Texas Rule of Civil Procedure 47, plaintiff seeks monetary relief over $5 million, including damages of any kind, penalties, costs, expenses, and the maximum prejudgment and post-judgment interest as applicable. Plaintiff reserves the right to amend this statement if discovery shows a different category is appropriate. Factual background.
Boosie got a lot going on right now.
On May 24th, 2026, at approximately 2 a.m., Edward Higuar was employed as a security officer at Defendant 1720 Main Entities LLC nightclub located at 1720 Main Street in Houston. 1720 had hired Defendant Hatch to perform a show a few hours earlier, and as part of their contract, he remained in VIP section that was cornered off from the other general areas. As part of the consideration for his performance contract, 1720 provided bottle service to Hatch and his guests within this VIP section. The amount of alcohol that 1720 provided to Hedge and his guests was in such excess quantities, pardon me, that 1720 knew or reasonably should have known that he would become severely intoxicated and pose a threat to himself and others. Over the course of the evening, Hatch and many of his guests in the VIP section became clearly intoxicated. However, the 1720 employees continued serving them despite their obvious intoxication. This continued until
Mm.
2 a.m. when the club closed by law. As the nightclub was closing and the patrons were leaving, one of the intoxicated guests who had been in the VIP section and joined the bottle service approached Eaglehart and requested permission to re-enter a restricted area of the club to use the restroom. Eaglehart directed her to the security officer stationed at the entrance to that area and advised that re-entry would be permitted only if authorized by that officer, as the nightclub had already closed to patrons. Rather than accepting this reasonable instruction, the visibly intoxicated guest immediately became verbally abusive and aggressive, directing profane language toward Eaglehart, and in her drunken state physically struck him. In response,
Mm.
Eaglehart secured the guest's arm and attempted to escort her away from the area. During the escort, the heavily intoxicated woman stumbled and fell to the floor and struggled to stand back up. As Eaglehart bent down to help her stand to protect her from harming herself, including by trying to prevent her from falling again, he was vulnerable and unable to survey his surroundings. Seeing Eaglehart bent over with his back to him, Defendant Hatch acted irrationally in his highly intoxicated state without warning, violently attacked Eaglehart by striking him from behind in the head with a large hookah, shattering the heavy glass base onto and into the top of Eaglehart's head.
See, Boosie old ass not gonna learn till he doing that 50 ball that he need to pull. Right. Everything, whatever goes around comes around, and he didn't put a lot of negative into the world, and it seems like he getting it all back.
Eaglehart immediately felt a sharp, explosive pain as blood began pouring down his face. While Eaglehart looked
Mm.
up, he observed Mr. Hatch standing on a nearby table holding the upper portion of the broken hookah. While the top of the shattered glass base remained jagged and broken below, Eaglehart was rushed to a restroom to stop the profuse bleeding, but it was uncontrollable, and the blood covered him and the bathroom. Unable to control the bleeding, Eaglehart was transported by EMS to St. Joseph Medical Center for emergency treatment. The intoxicated Hatch had violently ambushed a completely sober Eaglehart who was performing his job as security for defendant 1720 and dealing with one of Hatch's intoxicated guests in the VIP section. Defendant 1720 observed Hatch and allowed him to become so intoxicated that he posed a threat to others coming into contact with him, including plaintiff. But if you thought that was crazy, they go on, meaning the bodyguard goes on to say, Boosie, what the hell? Why did you speak on my past out to everybody? Now I'm suffering. I can see he's going through with everything, and he's supposed to. But it says cause of action, defamation, libel, and slander and defamation per se against defendant Torrance Hatch Jr. Plaintiff incorporates all prior paragraphs by reference as if fully set forth herein. Following the physical assault, defendant Hatch published numerous false, unprivileged, and defamatory statements concerning plaintiff Eagle Hart to third parties via public social media platforms. These written statements consulting, sorry, constituting libel in spoken statements and associated media, constituting slander, falsely accused plaintiff of misconduct, attacked his personal integrity, and misrepresented the facts of the physical assault. Defendant made these statements with actual malice or at minimum with a reckless disregard for the truth and a failure to exercise ordinary care.
The facts of the case have come out. I mean, we in court now. But this a money grab, man. This guy wasn't even posted.
The first thing they say when they get sued is a money grab. Dean and AB said it. Y'all niggas learn how to control your emotions and control yourself, you wouldn't be in half of these situations.
Be a security in the first place, man. This shit done 17, 18 years for aggravated armed robbery with a weapon. He just got caught at the border a couple years back, smuggling women out the country and in the country. He just got off federal paper. So, man.
What they got to do with you blindsiding them, hitting them with a hookah? Sound like you put a hole in his head. Yeah, something for him to be bleeding profusely. But hey, that's just what the paperwork say.
Man, this shit a money grab, bro.
5 million, a lot of money grabbing.
You know, when I first found out about the warrant a couple days ago.
Certain statements made by defendant Hatch touch upon plaintiff's office, profession or business and falsely impute disgraceful conduct to him. As such, these statements constitute defamation per se under Texas law, and injury to plaintiff's reputation is presumed. Defendant's defamatory publications proximately caused by substantial damage to plaintiff's personal and professional reputation. Plaintiff has suffered and will continue to suffer severe emotional distress, mental anguish, public ridicule, embarrassment, and measurable economic loss in his professional endeavors. But is it true is really the question, man. Then they go on to talk about basically that they shouldn't have got his ass drunk as hell and all of this shit that he's talking about. And because defendant is a non-subscriber, Texas law strictly prohibits defendant from a certain common law affirmative defenses against him. Basically say, y'all in on this shit too, because you should have never got his ass drunk.
Basically, that's what I was thinking. Like, why y'all keep giving him bottle after bottle after bottle after bottle after bottle, knowing how you gonna get.
And y'all knew better, but y'all didn't do better. And there are certain things about bars and clubs that, yeah, if they see you too drunk, they had to do what's called cutting you the hell off. Then it talks about the safe workplace and all this shit. Nobody really give a damn about none of that. You're in a club, people are drinking. It's never safe when you include alcohol, music, and all of that shit. I don't want to hear it. So you can see the damages that he's talking about. Foreseeable shit, saying that he's having a hard time washing, showering, all of these things and all this stuff because it's become painful for him and all this shit and everything. So the consequences of this attack extended beyond Eagle Hart's physical injuries because of the highly publicized nature of the incident. He has endured repeated verbal and written threats against his life and has been publicly identified as the victim of the assault. The emotional toll has extended to his family as well, with his daughter even being questioned at school regarding the attack on her father. Rather than accept the responsibility for his conduct, Mr. Hatch has repeatedly attacked Eagle Hart's character through social media, making false and defamatory statements that have subjected him to public ridicule and caused substantial damage to his personal and professional reputation. The financial consequences have likewise been devastating. As a direct result of the incident, Eagle Hart lost his employment as a security professional. His work as a caterer has also been significantly impacted, as clients within the entertainment industry are familiar with the incident and routinely question him about the assault rather than focusing on the services he is attempting to provide. Yeah, because they want to know if you did what they said he did, because you ain't supposed to get no money if you've been doing that. So I get why they are doing that, but once again, Boosie, got to be a little careful with this. So, yeah, he's talking about how he's going through shit mentally and all these things and all this. So, wherefore, premises considered plaintiff Edward Eaglehart respectfully prays that defendant Torrance Hatch and the 1720 main entities be cited to appear and answer herein, and that upon final trial, plaintiff recover judgment against defendants for actual, we don't care. Anyways, that's all that is to it. Let's get back. Be honest with y'all, bro. I think Boosie did that shit. I hope I'm wrong. Let me make this emphatically clear.
I think he did too. It ain't I mean, it wouldn't be out of his character to do something like this.
I hope I'm all the way wrong. I hope Boosie did not do any of this shit. But man, some about this does not make sense to me. You're telling me that basically he, meaning the freaking security guard, was essentially telling the girl, hey, go ahead and talk to him and he'll let you know and all that shit, which does happen. I've been a head bouncer and a bouncer before for years, and that does happen. You mean to tell me, Boosie, the shit you. I'm
Speechless,
fairly
right?
certain Boosie travels with an entourage.
Boosie been too rich to be doing stuff like this, and he still can't leave the street shit alone. Like I get that's where you come from, but it ain't gotta always be a part of you.
I'm fairly certain. I've never seen Boosie a day in my life. I know maybe 3 people connected to Boosie. I won't ask him anything about this shit. But bro, at a certain point in time, you gotta let your people go on and handle it.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have did shit. That video that we saw, there's no way in hell that that's the video. That
Not for real.
there's zero way that that's the video, in my opinion. Now, if that is the
I mean, it's a club though, so it should. They probably got cameras up on the inside, and cameras up wherever it happened at.
video, then Buddy flat out lying. If that's the video, Buddy is lying. But the fact that dude is going at it with the security, I mean with the security, with the clubs and all this shit and everything, that bodes well for Boosie. Because now, since they're being drugged into a lawsuit, they're gonna go ahead and fire their missiles. They didn't have to comply with shit. But now, yeah, you done created two enemies. I mean, you created two enemies on two different fronts. But we'll see what happens, man. But I'm telling you, some just don't smell right here. I don't know what it
Mm-mm.
is, but some just ain't. You know what I'm saying? Some ain't meshing right with me. I I don't know, man. It's more to this than what we know, and I'm damn near guaranteeing there's gonna be video. And if the video drop that shows this shit, nah, Ceddy Nash don't know if there is video. I'm saying, bro, these clubs, bro, they typically have video in this shit, and man, this one seems to me like Boosie
Just said the
feds,
same
then
thing.
going to the state, and then god dang me losing out on millions, bro, because
Pretty soon, Boosie gonna be like the rest of us and a normal motherfucker. And when he become a normal motherfucker, he gonna end up right back in the prison cell. But I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends. Share with your family. Share with the people that you don't like. Tell them, hey, let's check this out. Whatever you want to do. Put me in the algorithm, y'all. Hit that ask button down below. Ask for more content like mine. Um, hey, that's all I do, y'all. It's 1:16 in the morning. I'll see y'all later.